All right, welcome back. For this week's tech tip, we're going to jump back over to Google Drive and take a look at the Google Form app. This week's tech tip was inspired by Marcus Hawkins. He had a situation where he was doing demonstration speeches in his class this past week, and he was printing off these forms that that look like this, these evaluation forms for the students to fill out for each person that gave a speech, and he asked me could he use like a Google form to do the same thing. So I'm going to show you, give you some more insight into Google Forms and basically duplicate this form in, using a Google form, and then and give you an extra tip on how you can create like a multiple choice test using Google Form, and it will grade it automatically for you. Uh, so we don't have a Scantron machine here, so this will pretty much replace that. So first thing we want to do is let's take a look at, let's minimize this, and we can take a look at this form side by side. Okay? And so what I want to do is, let me do this, right, right, and come over here, right. So what I want to do is create a new Google form, and I'll title this demonstration speech evaluation form. All right, click OK. All right, and it automatically gives me the title inside of here. So a couple things to note. The form settings, if you require James Madison Prep High School login, you check this box, and they will have to have a jmphs.org login to take it. And then if you want to automatically collect their name associated with that login, you can check this box. If you don't check this box here, usually you'll have to have a question. Unless it's anonymous, you have to have like your first question is, first name, second question, last name, or, first question is first name, comma, last name, something like that. All right. So let's take a look at, well, I noticed that he has a question here. It says speaker, and then there's a blank here. So we can make a question out of that. So I'll come here to the first question, and the type of question I can choose from here, and there's multiple types. Text, a paragraph text, multiple choice, check boxes from a list, scale, grid, time, and date. The most appropriate one would be this text, and then I want to make sure that they fill this out. So I'll say this is a required question. Boom. And so whoever the speaker is, they just type their name in here. I also noticed that he has a scale here. So when we get to, we're going to create a question where it uses the scale. They need to know what are these ratings 1 through 5. So here's what you can, put in this line here, form description. So 5 is equal to excellent, uh, and 4 is equal to above average, and so on and so on. In a second, I'm going to jump to a finished version of this, but I'm just kind of showing you how, when you see the finished version, how do we get to that point? So you can see, just for time's sake, you can see the rest of it, how to fill in from here. So let's jump to one of these questions. Okay, all of these are the same type of question. They're all scale questions. So let's do one. So we'll add another item. And notice that there's two parts to it. He names the topic, and then he has the question. So question title will be the uh, topic, and then the question, did the topic fit the assignment, and time limit. Boom. Okay. Now this isn't a text question, all right? It's not a short response. This is, you can make a multiple choice. You can see you have options here, or we want to make this more appropriately a scale. And here is 1 through 5. You can have 10 choices, 3 choices, but he has 5. So we leave it as 5. And we want to make this a required question. Click done. And so there it is. If they choose 1, they know that it's going to be unacceptable. If they choose 5, it'd be excellent. You see these icons over here. One is delete. You can get rid of it. Next one is to duplicate. So where if you're doing another question that's very similar in formatting, which this one is, you would just click duplicate. And if you want to go back and edit, you can click this edit here. And then finally, like, at the bottom, you notice that he has another question or like a gap for time, like how long did the speech take? So, when you add, I would add another item. That's a text question, right? So maybe it was like 4 minutes and 20 seconds. You call it out and you plug it in here. Okay. So, and then total points is, we don't need that because Google will automatically grade these or compile the however you want to, if it's multiple choice or however you're collecting your answers, it will compile data the way you want to. So I'm going to fast forward to a completed version of this. Boom. And then you can see that we have a demonstration evaluation form, have the scale, speaker, topic, and you have all 5 questions here, okay? And then the time, okay? So now that we have this completed, how are we going to get this to the students? We can go to, and we don't need this anymore, all right? We can go to send form, and there's the link. This is the link that will take them to this form and they can fill it out. Just like you guys do on during the lunch, when we collect lunches, when they fill out they order their lunches, you're given a link and it takes you to a Google form. So you can put this on your board, you can put it in Google Classroom, you can email it to them, however you want to, but this is the link that will take them to the form. And um, you can see right now at the top, responses are 0 because I just made this and nobody has completed it. And I can, if you want to stop accepting responses, you can lock it out. All right. Or you want to open it back up, you can turn it back on. Okay. So right now, if I wanted to view the responses, since there's 0, it automatically creates a sheet. This is Google's version of Excel. This is called Sheets. And you see there's no responses here. Okay. So what I can do is, let's go to actually view a live version of this. So this is what the form would look like if they went to that link. So I'll just go ahead and make one entry. So speaker is me, right? Topic is Google Form. And since I'm doing such an excellent job, I'm going to give myself all 5s. Voice, content, organization. Oh, yeah. Eye contact. Yeah, I'm looking at the screen. Trust me. And then the time would be, let's say, 1 minute and 37 seconds. Okay. Submit. Okay. Now, I witnessed this in Marcus's class where as soon as one person was done with their speech, like the next person was up like within a couple minutes. So for this link here, you can turn this on or turn this off to, if you only wanted to do it one time, you can turn this off. And the way you turn this off is down here, show link to submit another response. But I have it checked, so here it is. And when we hit click, it opens it up again. And just keep taking it over and over again. Okay. So now that I've taken this quiz, um, let's go back to view our response. You can see I have one response in here now. Okay. And let's go over to our Google Sheet that's related to it. And you can see here I am. Right. And look, I got all 5s. I did really good. And then my time is 1 minute and 37 seconds. And there I am.